Are you one of those people who every beginning of the year is constantly posting on Instagram, "This is my year"? Are you also one of those people who has a very long list of unrealistic yearly resolutions that you know you will never ever achieve? Are you also that person who sets out to turn their big fat selves into a massive, ripped beast, but then ends up eating popcorn with chips, binging on Netflix? Well, this video is just for me. Hi everyone, welcome to another video. My name is Derek Muriithi, and I want to get straight into today's topic. You know I have this thing about talking too much and I don't want to get into, so let's just get into it. So today's topic is a rather common topic, and I titled this video, "Screw Your Goals." So about a month ago, I posted a video on here where I gave you guys like 3 reasons as to why I closed my photography business. And amongst the reasons that I gave was that I was not disciplined enough to achieve the goals that I had set out for that business. Now, I kind of want you to hold that thought because I want to introduce a completely different idea here. Last month, which is May, I'm shooting this in June, so that was May. Last month, I made a journal entry, and I was very surprised to find that this journal entry existed in a book that I've always wanted to get. I got a chapter of this book from the author's website, so I was very surprised to find something that I journaled was in this guy's book. The book I'm talking about is Atomic Habits by James Clear, and I know somebody out there has recommended this book to you at some point in your life. It's either your aunt, your mom, or your friend, and I know that they have recommended the book to you because you're a lazy sack of potatoes that eats, sleeps, and binges on Netflix all day. Okay, that was harsh, but I know you're a lazy sack of potatoes that eats, sleeps, and does nothing but binge on Netflix. At this point, I know you're asking yourself, how does closing a business, a journal entry, and a book all come together? All right, so let me explain how these 3 events come together. So at the beginning of when I started my business, I'd set out a number of goals for that business. I remember I had a certain number of clients that I wanted to have worked with. I also wanted to have made a certain amount of money by the end of the year. And none of those things actually happened. After I closed my business, I decided that I wasn't going to set goals. And this mindset was not just with the business itself, but everything in my life. And the reason I adopted this mindset was because I felt that for a long time I had been setting goals and really not getting to achieving them. Now, I want to move away from that and let's go to the journal entry, because it is a stark contrast from what was happening at the time. And I'm just going to read this for you. This is what I wrote down. I wrote, "Take the time to set goals, set the goal, create a system, and forget the goal. Even if you do not achieve the goal, something will have changed." From that, what I want you guys to kind of focus on is the word system. Up until this point, I felt that I was living a very directionless life, because I think with goals, once you set a goal, it kind of orients you in a particular direction. So I felt very directionless. I felt like I was just wandering through life. I felt like I didn't have any purpose, and there was really no intention behind the things that I was doing. What I was thinking at the time was I should have a goal, right? But then develop strategies or habits that would help me accomplish my goals. And that's where now we get into the book, Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits is a very popular book. It's recommended to so many people, even you sacks of potatoes. I stumbled upon Atomic Habits because a friend of mine had talked about it before, and I thought the book really talked about these massive habits that you should, put into your life and become more successful and accomplish all of your goals. But it is quite actually, it is the opposite. This is the first book that I have seen advocates for systems over goals. In summary, the book simply says, screw your freaking goals. You don't need goals. Well, not entirely, but that is kind of what the book is saying. I think we currently live in a society where we are expected to have goals in our lives. Like, we are expected to have big goals and goals that we are working towards. Now, James Clear argues that you don't necessarily need to focus all of your time and attention on your goals. What you need to do is to develop systems that will help you work towards those goals. Now, I haven't been able to purchase the book yet, but I was able to get all of this information from James Clear's site. So I was able to download the first chapter of that book. I will leave a link to that in the description box below. But generally speaking, I wanted to actually make this video and just kind of share with you guys a different perspective on things. In my last video, I talked about taking advice from established people, and this is a perspective that I'm starting to agree with, and I am agreeing to it because even before I got my hands on this book, I had already started feeling, as from my journal entry, that I needed to work on a strategy. I needed some form of habit. I needed a system. Now that we're talking about goals, let's look at these two things, a goal and a system. What is the difference? I would simply say that goals have to do with results. Like, goals are basically results. That's what you want in the very end. So if you're starting a workout routine, the result is maybe a completely ripped body or something of the sort. That's a goal you set out, right? But a system, on the other hand, is a process that leads you to that result. So the workout routine that you employ is the system. Now, when I think about this difference, a question comes to mind. And the question is, if you were to focus entirely on the system, do you think you would achieve your goals? Now, I think that if you were to entirely take your time and focus on a system, you would definitely achieve your goals. If you took the time and refined your workout routine, I am very sure that in 6-7 months, you will have achieved either your result, and even if you wouldn't have achieved that result, you will have gotten closer to it in some way. When I think about it further, and let me take the example of like the ultra successful people. You'll usually find that they talk about their morning routine or their work routine, or for photographers, they talk about their workflows. And I think these people have these routines or workflows because these are systems that help them get the results that they want. These are systems that help them achieve their goals. I want to end this video, and I just want to encourage you guys to kind of, if you can actually get the book, that would be great. I'm actually in the plan of getting the book and reading it and want to see what the author has to say. But in conclusion, use goals as a compass to give you the direction. Like, goals will give you direction on where to go, and then you use systems to stick at working at those goals. And remember, if you have a system that works, it means you can get at any goal that you set. Anytime, any day. Systems over goals. Screw your freaking goals. Screw them. Thank you so much for watching this video. Mimi nasikia kulala, so I will see you guys in another video. Before I leave, don't forget to like, to subscribe, and please, if you have any thoughts, comments, anything of the sort, I'd like to hear what you have to say and start a conversation on that. So leave something in the comment section for me to read. Please, you guys don't leave comments. I don't know why. Anyway, good night.